Mark and Sarah Stamping Retreat. Today I'm taking part in a fun video hop between Cards by Kendra and the Stamps of Life. So everyone on the hop is going to be using one of the Kendra's Card Challenge 16 card sketches alongside some really cute Stamps of Life products to create a card. So I chose these. So let me open it for you because there's actually two sets of stamps in here. So this is the Flip It Merry stamp set. You can see there's loads of sentiments, this for the sentiments to go in, some little accessories, and these cute Christmas images as well. And then you've got to and from for creating your tags as well. And if you're not familiar with Stamps of Life, they are probably the most famous for their kind of fun fold card dies. So they've got loads of those on their site. So this is actually just accessories for one of their fun fold cards, but I thought it was really nice kind of on its own as well. And then I've got the corresponding die set, and this die set is called the Christmas add-ons, and it's because it's kind of add-ons to that Flip It card. So I really like the way this is set up because you've got, for example, with the stocking, you've got the die that cuts that out. Then you've also got the standalone die that cuts all the detail into it as well. So they work really nicely just as dies on their own, but they also work really nicely to cut out these pieces. And you can see with the tree, we've actually got three pieces. So we've got the piece to cut out the stamp, then we've got this piece that you can use on its own, and this piece to add the detail. And I'm going to be using both of those today. So I've cut one out with just this, and then this one's going to layer on top. So that one is using these two dies together. So I think that's a really well thought out die set. And then obviously you've got the presents as well. So I'm going to go with sketch 14 from Kendra's Card Challenge 16 for this one. So it's quite a simple sketch. So it's got a 5.5 by 4.25 card blank, which I've done in this blue cardstock. Then I've done the layer, which is 4.75 by 3.5 inches in the gold. And then the next one, which is 4.5 by 3.25 inches in the blue. So I've cut loads of these cute little stockings in two shades of pink because I'm going to kind of create my own pattern paper on this piece with the dies. So I'm going to cut apart these stockings, which is really easy because actually where the detail is, it's only kind of joined on by a little bit each end. So I'm just snipping those little bits each end of the detail. So then what I'm going to do is just add these to the background here. And the reason I've cut them apart is because then I can add the dark pink pieces to the light pink stockings and vice versa to create like two-tone stockings, which I think is really cute. So then while I do this, let me just tell you a little bit about our hop today. So there is a digital prize for this hop from Cards by Kendra, and you can enter that giveaway at every single stop on today's hop. So just head down to the description below, and in there you'll find all the details of the giveaway and also the giveaway form, and you just fill in the giveaway form and then Kendra will draw from that to find a winner. So the more times you enter, the more chances you have of winning. So one thing I would say when you're making a background like this is to make sure that you have some hanging off the sides. Don't just put everything in the middle because it makes for a much kind of more organic look. Somehow it just doesn't look quite right if you have them all just kind of in the middle. And then we'll just cut off the excess afterwards. And actually if we cut off this piece now, then we can add that onto the bottom of our card and add on this piece to go with it. And then we've kind of filled in that gap with the excess of that. So I'm going to cut off the excess. I'll put that to one side a second. So now I'm going to make up my tree. So I want to just glue this one that I cut with the 2 dies to the one that I just cut with the outline die, so that I've kind of got a base. And then I cut this piece out in pink and gold as well, so now I can infill these pieces with the pink and the gold pieces. So I'm going to use my pickup pencil just to make that process a little bit easier. So I think that looks really cute, and we'll add in the gold star once we put it on the card as well. Now I'm going to use this label stem, and I'm going to heat emboss it in gold onto the blue cardstock. So then I'm just going to heat emboss the Merry Christmas in the middle of there as well. So I'm just going to cut that out. So then I'm going to glue across this piece of gold cardstock, and that's kind of in place of this ribbon. I don't want a ribbon on mine, so I'm putting this strip of cardstock on instead. Obviously you don't need to use all of the elements that are on the sketch, but I did think it'd be cute with the strip of cardstock across. Kind of brings in a little bit more of that gold, tie everything together. So then I'm going to layer these pieces up on my card, and while I'm layering this up, let me tell you a bit more about the actual Kendra's card challenge. So Kendra creates this big document once every 3 months, and she gives you the cutting guides to cut up 6 pieces of pattern paper, and then the sketches to turn those into 15 cards. So it's a really nice way to use up some of your pattern paper, and you get loads of cards out of it. And if you then take photos of those cards and pop them into the Kendra's Card Challenge Facebook group, then you'll be in with a chance of winning one of over $1,000 worth of prizes. And one of those prizes is a $25 gift card to the Stamps of Life. So it's also really nice to be in with a chance of winning some extra goodies for your stash. So all of the details for Kendra's Card Challenge are also in the description below, so you can find the link there to her Patreon where you can download this sheet. And you do need to sign up for her Patreon, but you don't need to pay for that. Obviously, if you can afford to, then she'd love it if you signed up for one of the paid levels where you get extra goodies. But to get the actual download, you only need to sign up for the free level. So I want this to go over here. So I want to put a bit of glue on here and then some foam pads on. And I want to cut this foam pad up because I want to place it behind here so that I can add in this star as well. So then there you can see the card sketch that it's come from and the finished card. So I really like the way that turned out with those really cute Stamps of Life products. So I really hope that you had fun creating today's card with me. Remember to visit each stop on the hop and to enter that giveaway as well. If you enjoyed today's card, I'd really appreciate you clicking like below, and you can also press subscribe if you'd like to see future videos. If you press the bell button and select all, then YouTube will also notify you when I've got a new video available. All of the products that I've used for today's card are listed in the description below, and there's also a link there to my blog where you can find a picture supply list if that helps you find what you're looking for. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon.